Now, my next number, I'd like to return to the classics. Yeah. Everybody wanna live, nobody really wanna die.
My name's Obi Rudo, and I'm a musician. I do hip hop. I'm an artist.
Everybody wants to live life easy, believe me. Yeah.
I was born in Belgium, and I grew up in Congo. So I was in Congo for about 8 years. I came in the UK in 2005.
Taking too much time.
I was doing grime when I first started at school. Everybody was doing grime, so I started writing my own lyrics, and eventually grime was a bit too fast for me, so I realized with hip hop people would listen a lot more, and I started listening to a French rapper called Kerry James, and he really inspired me to do the kind of hip hop I do today, and that's kind of how it kicked off. I started to, got off the grime kind of movement, and then I was doing hip hop, writing more, recording more, and that's how it kind of just kept going, and here I am today.
One thing we all wanna do, stay brave and stay strong is a long thing, so we just...
When we first got here, we didn't speak no English, so we had to learn English on the playground, and it was crazy because at first it was really hard because we couldn't really get into this. The one thing I couldn't really understand about the UK was sarcasm. Sarcasm was something that was really strange for me, but eventually, managed to everything. There was obstacles, but I've always managed to, find a way above it. The mentality was different compared to Belgium, compared to Congo. So there was a lot of challenges going through all of a lot of them. There's a whole list of them, but the main thing I can remember is one was the sarcasm.
Loneliness is just taking over.
Not really challenging as much, I don't think, for me, because I was always well, it was challenging, but what I'm trying to say is I always had my own kind of way of doing things, and it didn't matter to me what anybody would say. I just knew what I wanted to do. I still, to this day, I know what I want to do, and I just go out. There are challenges, but in general, I've always believed that as long as I want to get a project done, I want to get something done, it usually happens. Not exactly the way I want it to happen, but usually when I want to get something out of the way and done, it usually happens.
Why? Because mistakes is a...
French was my first language, English my third language. So it was French first, Lingala, which is a local native language from Congo, and then English third. So I used to think in French, so I would write a lot. I would write in French. Now I think in English, so I write more dominantly in English, but I still write in French, and sometimes even include Lingala. So I guess that, is a way to integrate some of my, some of the different things I have. In general, me being myself, I think is one thing that really emphasizes the things I've learned, the things I've picked up on my journey. So that's a big way, I think, for me to, implement what I know and what I've learned and what I've picked up.
And lastly,
anybody that comes from out of the UK that wants to make it as an artist here, I would say, even to most artists now, my first advice is to look after your mind. A lot of people, I see a lot of artists I don't think a lot of artists look after their well-being, what's going on inside their head, So my advice is to look after your heart, look after your mind, and make sure, you are okay mentally, you're okay emotionally. And then as long as you're okay in them places in your life, you wanting to do anything should pretty much come together regardless of how long it takes. Look after your heart, look after your mind, and the rest should flow pretty okay. That's my theory. Music, business, and traveling. These are the things I want to do. I want to make music, I want to get into business, and I want to travel. I want to see the world. So in general, that's what I'm trying to do. Obviously, I have a lot of things I want to achieve within these things, events, fashion. There's a whole list of stuff, but generally, music, business, and traveling, seeing the world.
Just don't lie to yourself, make mistakes, but don't lie to yourself, self.